Welcome back. I'm Pratap here. Today is the 28th September 2024. In this video, I'm going to generate different supply demand zone reports useful to the premium subscribers. Even before that, all of you please understand we are providing complete free training on supply demand zone price action. All the training lessons are available at our NeoStock YouTube channel. At our channel homepage, you can find the tab posts, or sometimes you might be seeing the tab community. Whichever the tab you see, you click on the tab, then you get access to this post. This post is having a YouTube playlist link that will take you to all the training lessons. You just click on the link. Now we are into the playlist supply demand zone price action course. Here you have all the training lessons are available. You need to start your training from lesson 1.1. For that you need to scroll down to the bottom of the page. Here starting from lesson 1.1. All the training lessons are available in an order. So please go through all these lessons one by one and strengthen your skills related to supply demand zone price action. I have also provided the link to our Telegram channel in this video description. So from the video description, you can find the Telegram link and please join at our Telegram channel. It will be useful to you. Each time when we release a new YouTube video or any other important updates, we will be providing at our Telegram channel. Now let's get into the report generation. First report, we are going to find the stocks near demand and supply zones for different time frames. In this process, we will also identify daily and 75 minutes high liquidity zones, which is giving you 80% success rate. Okay. First, let me start finding the stocks near half yearly demand zones. So I am selecting the entry time frame as a half yearly. Let us find the stocks near half yearly demand zone. One stock is filtered near to the half yearly demand zone. I will be giving you only few seconds time to watch this report. You need to pause the video and then you need to study the complete report. After that, you can further proceed. In case if you doesn't know how to study this report, I request you complete our training lesson 21.1. There I have explained each and every column, their values, abbreviations, everything I explained in detail. I have also explained how we can draw the zones in trading view by taking this leg in timestamp, leg out timestamp and base candle count. Okay, in the next report for half yearly time frame, let us find the stocks near half yearly supply zone. One stock is filtered. Next time frame is quarterly. Let us find the stocks near quarterly demand zone. One stock is filtered near to the quarterly demand zone. Next, for quarterly time frame, let us find the stocks near quarterly supply zone. Two stocks are filtered. Next time frame is monthly. Let's find the stocks near monthly demand zone. 6 stocks are filtered near to the monthly demand zone. Next, for monthly time frame, let us find the stocks near monthly supply zone. 2 stocks are filtered near to the monthly supply zone. Next time frame is weekly. Let us find the stocks near weekly demand zone. 4 stocks are filtered near to the weekly demand zone. Next, for weekly time frame, let us find the stocks near weekly supply zone. 7 stocks are filtered near to the weekly supply zone. Next time frame is daily. Entry time frame daily, let us find the stocks near daily demand zone. 10 stocks are filtered near to the daily demand zone. Let us identify the high liquidity daily demand zones, if any. Okay, Kotak Bank is having a high liquidity daily demand zone. So it is a fresh zone. You need to fine tune this zone till the 5 minutes time frame. That's it. We have only one high liquidity daily demand zone from this list. So next, for daily time frame, let us find the stocks near daily supply zone. 6 stocks are filtered near to the daily supply zone. Let's identify high liquidity zones. Hindustan Petroleum is having a high liquidity daily supply zone. Lupin is having a high liquidity daily supply zone. So we have identified 2 stocks from daily high liquidity supply zones list. Stocks near high liquidity daily supply zones. Okay, next time frame is 125 minutes. So let us find the stocks near 125 minutes demand zone. 10 stocks are filtered. So next, for 125 minutes time frame, let us find the stocks near 125 minutes supply zone. 7 stocks are filtered. Next time frame is 75 minutes. Entry time frame 75 minutes. Let us find the stocks near 75 minutes demand zone. 10 stocks are filtered near to the 75 minutes demand zone. Let us identify high liquidity 75 minutes demand zone, if any. So we have only one high liquidity 75 minutes demand zone from this list. That is RBL Bank having a fresh zone. So you need to fine tune up to 5 minutes time frame. If you can find a fresh fine tuned 5 minute zone, you can plan a trade. Otherwise, there are higher chances the zone might be violated. Okay, next, for 75 minutes time frame, let us find the stocks near 75 minutes supply zone. 6 stocks are filtered. Let's identify high liquidity zones, if any. Okay, here this is a high liquidity zone. Lalpat Lab is having high liquidity 75 minute supply zone. That's it. We have only one high liquidity 75 minute supply zone from this list. So with this, we have identified high liquidity zones from both the daily and 75 minutes time frame. So next time frame is 25 minutes. So let us find the stocks near 25 minutes demand zone. 7 stocks are filtered near to the 25 minutes demand zone. Next, for 25 minutes time frame, let us find the stocks near 25 minutes supply zone. 6 stocks are filtered. Next time frame is 15 minutes. Let us find the stocks near 15 minutes demand zone. 7 stocks are filtered near to the 15 minutes demand zone. So let us verify any zone confluence with ITF time frame. That means 15 minutes demand zone with 75 minutes demand zone confluence. So in the demand zone confluence, I am enabling the filter 15 minutes demand zone with 75 minutes demand zone. So filter is enabled. Now let's verify. So 2 stocks are having a ITF confluence. That means 15 minute zones are part of the 75 minutes demand zone. And RR is also good in both the stocks. Okay, this is about a 15 minutes demand zone. Next, let us find for 15 minutes time frame. Let's find the stocks near 15 minutes supply zone. 5 stocks are filtered. Let us verify supply zone confluence among these 5 stocks. 15 minute supply zone confluence with 75 minutes supply zone confluence. So I'm enabling this filter. So ITF confluence. 3 stocks are having ITF confluence, all the 3 supply zones. And the first one and third one are having RR, good RR. And moreover, both these zones are high liquidity zones, first and third. Okay, next time frame is 5 minutes. Let us find the stocks near 5 minutes demand zone. 11 stocks are filtered near to the 5 minutes demand zone. Let's verify out of these 11 how many are having ITF confluence. That means 5 minutes demand zone and 15 minutes demand zone confluence. That means 5 minutes demand zone is part of the 15 minutes demand zone. That is what zone confluence. Not that one. This is the one. 5 minutes demand zone with 15 minutes demand zone confluence. I enabled the filter. Let's verify. These 5 stocks are having ITF confluence. Okay, next for 5 minutes time frame, let us find the stocks near 5 minutes supply zone. 6 stocks are filtered near to the 5 minute supply zone. Let us verify how many of these zones are having ITF confluence. 5 minute supply zone confluence with 15 minute supply zone confluence. So here I am enabling the filter 5 minute supply zone with 15 minute supply zone confluence. That is ITF confluence. 3 stocks are filtered. Okay, this is about stocks near demand and supply zones. The next set of reports are about NIFTY and BANKNIFTY supply demand zone chain. First let us start with NIFTY 50. That is nothing but NIFTY. And let us generate from monthly time frame. So I am selecting monthly time frame, generating monthly supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. So this is a NIFTY monthly supply demand zone chain. Always look into the zone column to identify the high liquidity zones. And also look into the pierced column to check the zone is pierced or not. If a zone is pierced, so there you have to ignore those stocks. Pierced zones are not tradable zones. Next, you need to look into the trend. Whichever the time frame you select, that trend will be treated as a LTF trend. One time frame higher is ITF, one more time frame higher is HTF. This is the way you should understand the remaining reports. So you need to pause the video each time when I am shifting from one time frame to another time frame to study your zone, supply demand zones. Okay, the next time frame is weekly. I am generating weekly supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Okay, the next time frame is a daily, generating daily supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. The next time frame is 125 minutes, generating 125 minute supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. The next time frame is 75 minutes, generating 75 minute supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Okay, the next time frame is 25 minutes, generating 25 minute supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next time frame is 15 minutes, generating 15 minute supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. The next time frame is 5 minutes, generating 5-minute supply demand zone chain for Nifty. So this is about Nifty supply demand zone chain. Next we will generate a BANKNIFTY supply demand zone chain. That is nothing but Nifty Bank. So let's start with monthly time frame, generating monthly supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next time frame is weekly, generating weekly supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. The next time frame is daily, generating daily supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next time frame is 125 minutes, generating 125 minute supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. The next time frame is 75 minutes, generating 75 minute supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. The next time frame is 25 minutes. I am generating 25 minute supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. The next time frame is 75 minutes. I am generating, the next time frame is 15 minutes. Generating 15 minute supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. And the last time frame is 5 minutes, generating 5 minute supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Okay, with this we have completed both Nifty and BANKNIFTY supply demand zone chains. The next set of reports are about bullish and bearish trade setups for monthly, weekly, daily and hourly income trades. So first let us generate a bullish trade setup for monthly income trade. Entry time frame is daily. Entry zone should be demand zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup at daily time frame, I have to select bullish. And this daily demand zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at a daily time frame, I have to set minimum value 0, maximum value 0, which indicates pierced count should be 0. Pierced count 0 means the zone is not pierced. Okay, zone achievement should be violated opposing zone. Minimum odd enhanced score should be 12. All the three filters are applied to daily demand zone. Now let's verify. So this is the filtered list. All these stocks are supporting bullish trade setup for monthly income trade, that is entry time frame daily. I am scrolling the list down. So total 25 stocks are filtered. All these 25 stocks are supporting bullish trade setup for monthly income trade. Okay, next, further we will filter these stocks for adding more probability to get the success. So if these daily zones are part of the weekly zones, that means daily zone confluence with weekly zone, that is ITF confluence, the probability will increase a bit extra, probability of getting success. So for that, in the demand zone confluence, daily demand zone with weekly demand zone confluence, we need to enable the filter. So here daily demand zone with weekly demand zone confluence filter. I am enabling the filter. Now let's verify. Now from 25 stocks, the list is come down to 18. All these 18 stocks are currently supporting bullish trade setup for monthly income trade, and also having a daily zone is part of the weekly zone. That means daily zone confluence with weekly zone. Weekly is ITF. So we have ITF confluence, and also weekly trend is always uptrend in bullish trade setup. See, in the zone violation trend in ITF, all these stocks are having uptrend at ITF time frame. Because the trend is up, if any of these zones are having weekly EMA confluence, because daily zone is part of the weekly zone, and if the weekly zone is having weekly EMA confluence, it is even more high probability setup. So let's add EMA confluence filter. In EMA confluence, weekly time frame, because daily zone is part of the weekly zone, that means the daily demand zone is part of the weekly demand zone. If the weekly demand zone is having weekly EMA confluence, it's a high probability setup. So I enable the filter. Let's verify. From 18, the list is come down to 16. That means all these 16 stocks, the weekly zones are having weekly EMA confluence. And the entry time frame daily zone is a part of this weekly zone. So this is the way we can understand it is the high probability setup. Okay, this is about bullish trade setup for monthly income trade, ITF confluence and weekly EMA confluence. Next, let us look for the stocks, same bullish trade setup, monthly income trade. Let us look for LTF, ITF and HTF confluence. That means daily zone should be part of the weekly zone. Daily and weekly together again part of the monthly zone. How many such kind of stocks we can filter? Because original list we have 25 stocks. From the 25 stocks we need to filter, not from this 16. So that is the reason why I need to remove this EMA filter. See, without EMA earlier we got, we got 18 stocks, ITF filter. 18. Because already we set the filter. Daily demand zone with weekly demand zone confluence enabled. Next, daily demand zone with monthly demand zone confluence, and also weekly demand zone with monthly demand zone confluence filters is enabled. That is LTF, ITF, HTF confluence. Only 2 stocks are having LTF, ITF and HTF confluence. Both the stocks, monthly trend is uptrend. If any of these stocks are having monthly EMA confluence, it is even more high probability setup. Let's verify. Monthly EMA confluence. I'm enabling monthly demand zone with monthly EMA confluence. One stock is filtered. So it is a high probability setup stock. The reason is this demand zone, daily demand zone. This is the daily demand zone. It is part of the weekly demand zone. Both together again part of the monthly demand zone. And that monthly zone is having monthly EMA confluence. That's why it's a high probability setup. Okay, next report is about bearish trade setup for monthly income trade, entry time frame daily, entry zone should be supply zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup at daily, I am selecting bearish, and this daily supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at a daily time frame, minimum value I am setting 0, maximum value I am setting 0. Zone achievement should be violated, opposing zone, minimum order enhancer score 12. All the 3 filters are applied to daily supply zone. Now let's verify. So none of the stocks, that means currently we don't have any bearish trade setup monthly income trade stocks. Okay, next bullish trade setup for weekly income trade. For weekly income trade, entry time frame should be 75 minutes. Entry zone should be demand zone for bullish trade setup. In bullish or bearish trade setup at 75 minutes time frame, selecting bullish. The 75 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at 75 minutes time frame, I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. Zone achievement is violated opposing zone. Minimum odd and enhanced score should be 12, and all the 3 filters are applied to 75 minutes demand zone. We got a good number of stocks that are supporting bullish trade setup for weekly income trade, that is entry time frame 75 minutes. I'm scrolling the list down. So 29 stocks are filtered. All these 29 stocks are currently supporting bullish trade setup for weekly income trade. Okay, now how many of these, out of these 29, how many of these stocks are having ITF demand zone confluence? Entry time frame is 75 days. So ITF demand zone is a daily. That means this 75 minute zone should be part of the daily zone. That is what zone confluence. Part means overlap. It should overlap. So let us look for ITF demand zone confluence. That is 75 minutes demand zone confluence with daily demand zone confluence. So in the demand zone confluence, I am enabling the filter 75 minutes demand zone with daily demand zone confluence. Now let's filter. 18 stocks from 29, 18 stocks are filtered. All these 18 stocks are currently supporting bullish trade setup for weekly income trade, and also the entry time frame 75 minutes demand zone is part of the daily demand zone, zone confluence. Okay, ITF zone confluence, the ITF trend is uptrend in the bullish trade setup. If any of these demand zones are having, because ITF time frame is daily, if the daily zone is having daily EMA confluence, it's a high probability setup. So let's verify. So in the EMA confluence at daily time frame, daily demand zone with daily EMA confluence filter I enabled. Let's verify. So from 13 stocks are filtered. In all these 13 stocks, they are supporting bullish trade setup for weekly income trade, that is entry time frame 75 minutes. The 75 minute zone is part of the daily zone, and the daily trend is uptrend, and also the daily zone is having daily EMA confluence. Excellent. So it's a high probability. All these 13 stocks are high probability setup stocks. Okay, the next LTF, ITF and HTF zone confluence. Let's find. For that, first we need to remove the EMA filter. I removed it. Without EMA, how many filtered earlier? 18. Out of these 18, let us look for LTF, ITF, HTF confluence. Already LTF and ITF zone confluence is enabled in the demand zone. That is 75, and daily demand zone confluence is already enabled. So now I am enabling 75 minutes demand zone with weekly demand zone, and also daily demand zone with weekly demand zone with all the 3 filters. Let's verify. 5 stocks. So in all these 5 stocks, 75 minute zone is part of the daily zone, 75 and daily together again part of the weekly zone. Now let's verify how many of these stocks are having a EMA confluence, because they are part of a weekly zone. Weekly EMA confluence we need to verify. Only 4th stock EMA confluence is not give any advantage, because the trend is sideways. If remaining stocks are filtered, they are high probability setups. So in the EMA confluence, weekly time frame, because the daily 75 and daily together part of the weekly zone, if weekly EMA confluence is there, demand zone, weekly EMA confluence, this is a high probability setup. 3 stocks are filtered. You can ignore the third one, Reliance, because sideways market EMA confluence does not give any additional advantage. But still it is a good stock, because it is having LTF, ITF, HTF confluence. But weekly EMA confluence is there in the first and second stocks. Reliance advantage is it is a high liquidity zone, and IOC is having high liquidity zone, and also it is having EMA, weekly EMA confluence. Okay, next bearish trade setup for weekly income trade. Bearish trade setup for weekly income trade, entry time frame 75 minutes, entry zone, supply zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup at 75 minutes, I am selecting bearish. The 75-minute supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at 75 minutes time frame, I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. Zone achievement should be violated, opposing zone minimum odd enhancer score is 12. All the three filters are applied to 75-minute supply zone. Now let's verify. 4 stocks are filtered. And all these 4 stocks are currently supporting bearish trade setup for weekly income trade. That is entry time frame 75 minutes. Now let's verify how many of these zones out of 4, how many are having ITF confluence. That means 75-minute supply zone should be part of the daily supply zone. Let's verify. In the supply zone confluence, 75-minute supply zone with daily supply zone filter I am enabling. All 4 stocks are having ITF confluence. Excellent. If out of these 4, if any of these stocks are having a daily EMA confluence, supply zones are having daily EMA confluence, it is a high probability setup. Because 75 is part of the daily zone, and in the EMA confluence at daily time frame, daily supply zone with daily EMA confluence. So none of those stocks are having a daily EMA confluence. No issues. Next, let us look for LTF, ITF and HTF confluence. Earlier 4 stocks are filtered. Out of these 4, how many are having LTF, ITF, HTF confluence? So in the supply zone confluence, already we enabled 75-minute supply zone with daily supply zone is already enabled. Now we are enabling 75-minute supply zone with weekly supply zone and daily supply zone with weekly supply zone confluence enabled with all the 3 filters. Let's verify. Oh, all 4 stocks are having LTF, ITF, HTF supply zone confluence. Look into the supply zone confluence search strategy. Always you can verify. We have weekly daily confluence, weekly 75 and daily 75 minutes confluence. All the 3 confluences. LTF, ITF, HTF confluence. Okay, but all the 4 stocks are sideways trend at the weekly time frame. In sideways market, EMA confluence does not give any extra advantage. So I'm just not verifying EMA confluence. Okay, this is about bearish trade setup for weekly income trade. Next report is about bullish trade setup for daily income trade. Entry time frame should be 15 minutes in daily income trade. Entry zone should be demand zone for bullish trade setup. And also in bullish or bearish trade setup at 15 minutes time frame, I am selecting bullish. This 15 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at 15 minutes time frame, I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. And the zone achievement violated opposing zone and minimum odd enhancer score 12. All the 3 filters are applied to 15 minutes demand zone. And all these stocks are supporting bullish trade setup for daily income trade. That is entry time frame 15 minutes. I am scrolling the report. So total 21 stocks are filtered. And all these 21 stocks are currently supporting bullish trade setup for daily income trade, entry time frame 15 minutes. Okay, now let's verify how many of these stocks out of these 21, how many of the stocks are having ITF demand zone confluence. That is a 15 minutes demand zone with 75 minutes demand zone confluence. That means 15 minutes demand zone should be part of the 75 minutes demand zone. So I am enabling the filter 15 minutes demand zone with 75 minutes demand zone confluence. Filter is enabled. Let's verify. Now the list is come down to 16. Out of 21, 16 stocks are having ITF confluence, and also they are supporting bullish trade setup for daily income trade, entry time frame 15 minutes. Because 15 minute zone is part of the 75 minute zone, 75 minutes trend is uptrend. If any of these 75 minute zones are having daily EMA confluence, probably they are high probability setup. Let's verify. So in the EMA confluence at 75 minutes time frame, 75 minutes demand zone with daily EMA confluence. Two stocks are filtered. These two stocks are high probability setups, because these 15 minutes demand zones are part of the 75 minutes demand zone, and that 75 minutes demand zone is having daily EMA confluence. And not only that, both these 15 minutes demand zones are high liquidity demand zones. Okay. Next, let us look for LTF, ITF, HTF confluence. I have to remove this EMA filter. Earlier, how many with the ITF 16 stocks? From these 16 stocks, how many LTF, ITF, HTF are supporting? We need to check. LTF, ITF, HTF demand zone confluence. LTF, ITF is already enabled, that is 15 minutes and 75. Next, LTF and HTF, 15 minutes and daily demand zone confluence, I am enabling. Next, ITF, HTF, 75 with the daily demand zone confluence, I am enabling. With all the three filters, we got 7 stocks. All these 7 stocks are having LTF, ITF, HTF demand zone confluence. That means 15 minutes demand zone is part of the 75 minutes demand zone. Both together again part of the daily demand zone. In daily demand zone, if any of the uptrend related stocks, they are having EMA confluence, it's a high probability setup. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence at daily time frame, because 15 minutes and 75 together part of the daily zone. If the daily zone stocks are having daily EMA confluence, the daily demand zone with daily EMA confluence, it's a high probability setup. Good, 5 stocks are filtered, and all these 5 stocks, the trend is uptrend. The daily trend is also uptrend. Because daily trend is uptrend, EMA confluence makes sense. It gives additional advantage. So that way we can consider these are all high probability. Why high probability? 15 minute zone is part of 75, both together again part of the daily zone, and the daily zone is having daily EMA confluence, and also the daily trend is uptrend in all the stocks. Okay, this is about bullish trade setup for daily income trade. Next, let us look for bearish trade setup for daily income trade, entry time frame 15 minutes, entry zone should be supply zone. The 15 minutes bullish or bearish trade setup, I have to select bearish, and then 15 minutes supply zone. This 15 minute supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at 15 minutes time frame, minimum value I am setting 0, maximum value I am setting 0. Zone achievement should be violated opposing zone, minimum odd enhancer score should be 12. All the 3 filters are applied to 15 minute supply zone. So 3 stocks are filtered. All these 3 stocks are supporting bearish trade setup for daily income trade, that is entry time frame 15 minutes. So at supply zone we need to focus, it is bearish trade setup. All the 3 stocks we have high liquidity zones. Now let's verify how many out of these 3, how many are having ITF confluence. That means the 15 minute zone should be part of the 75 minute supply zone. Let's verify. In the supply zone confluence, I am enabling the filter 15 minute supply zone with 75 minute supply zone. Let's verify. Out of the 3, all the 3 stocks are filtered. That means all the 3 stocks, 15-minute zone is part of the 75-minute supply zone. 15-minute supply zone is part of 75-minute supply zone. That is what supply zone confluence. And the 75 minutes trend is downtrend. If any of these 75 minutes zones are having EMA confluence, it's a high probability setup. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence, 75 minutes supply zone should be having daily EMA confluence. So none of the stocks are having. So no issues. Let's look for earlier 3 stocks are filtered. These 3 stocks. Let's verify LTF, ITF, HTF confluence. So 15-minute supply zone with 75-minute supply zone is already enabled. Next, 15-minute supply zone with daily supply zone confluence I am enabling. And also 75-minute supply zone with daily supply zone also I enabled with all the 3 filters. Let's verify. 2 stocks are filtered. Both these stocks are having LTF, ITF and HTF confluence is also there. That means 15-minute supply zone is part of 75-minute supply zone. Both together again part of the daily supply zone. That is LTF, ITF, HTF confluence. Okay, next let's look for bullish trade setup for hourly income trade. For hourly income trade, entry time frame is 5 minutes. Bullish trade setup we have to use demand zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup parameter at 5 minutes time frame, I am selecting bullish. And all the we need to set the 5 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count, we need to set minimum value and maximum value 0 in 5 minutes time frame. Minimum 0, maximum 0. Zone achievement should be violated opposing zone. Minimum odd and enhanced score should be 12. And all the 3 filters are applied to 5 minutes demand zone. Let's verify. 13 stocks are filtered. All these 13 stocks are currently supporting bullish trade setup for hourly income trade. That is entry time frame 5 minutes. Okay, out of these 13, how many of these stocks are having ITF confluence? That means 5 minutes demand zone is part of the 5 minutes demand zone is part of the 15 minutes demand zone, because 15 minutes time frame is ITF time frame. LTF, ITF demand zone confluence. So in the demand zone confluence, I am enabling the filter 5 minutes demand zone with 15 minutes demand zone confluence. Filter is enabled. Let's verify. Now the list is come down to 8. In all these 8 stocks, the 5 minutes demand zone is part of the 15 minutes demand zone, and they are supporting bullish trade setup for hourly income trade. Entry time frame 5 minutes. If out of these 8, because 5 minutes is part of the 15-minute zone and 15 minutes zone trend is uptrend, if any of these 15-minute zones are having a daily EMA confluence, it's even more high probability setup. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence at 15 minutes time frame, I am checking 15 minutes demand zone with daily EMA confluence. 2 stocks are filtered. So these 2 demand zones are supporting high probability setups, because it is supporting bullish trade setup for hourly income trade, and the 5 minutes entry zone is part of the 15-minute zone, and these 15-minute zones are having daily EMA confluence. Okay, next let us look for LTF, ITF and HTF confluence. First we need to remove this EMA filter, removed it. So in the demand zone confluence, already we enabled 15 minutes demand zone, 5 minutes demand zone with 15 minutes demand zone. Next I am enabling 5 minutes demand zone with 75 minutes demand zone confluence. Next filter is 15 minutes demand zone with 75 minutes demand zone confluence. With all the 3 filters, we got only 1 stock. I am not looking for EMA confluence because the 75-minute zone is sideways. But This stock is a 5-minute zone is part of 15-minute zone, both together again part of the 75-minute zone. Okay, next let us look for bearish trade setup for hourly income trade. For hourly income trade, entry time frame is 5 minutes. Bearish trade setup entry zone should be supply zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup at 5 minutes, I am selecting bearish, and the 5-minute supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at 5 minutes time frame, I am setting 0, 0 for minimum and maximum values. That is entry time frame. And zone achievement should be violated opposing zone. Minimum odd enhances score 12. All the 3 filters are applied to 5-minute supply zone. Let's verify how many stocks will filter. Only 2 stocks currently supporting bearish trade setup for hourly income trade. Let's verify how many of these stocks are having ITF confluence. In the supply zone confluence, five-minute supply zone with 15-minute supply zone, I am enabling the filter. Let's verify. Both the stocks are having ITF confluence. Let's check if any of these 15-minute supply zones are having a daily EMA confluence. So in the EMA confluence at 15 minutes time frame, 15-minute supply zone with daily EMA confluence filter is enabled. So none of the stocks are having a EMA confluence. Fine. Now let's look for LTF ITF confluence, because earlier without EMA confluence we got 2 stocks. So in these 2, whether they have any even HTF confluence, LTF ITF HTF supply zone confluence. So already we enabled the filter 5-minute supply zone with 15-minute supply zone. Next I am enabling the filter 5-minute supply zone with 75-minute supply zone, that is a HTF confluence, and ITF HTF confluence, that is 15-minute supply zone with 75-minute supply zone also I am enabled. Now let's verify. So both the stocks are having even HTF confluence, LTF, ITF, HTF confluence. That means 75-minute zone. And India Mart, the trend is a downtrend. If the 75-minute zone is having daily EMA confluence, it's even more high probability. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence at 75 minutes time frame, looking for 75-minute supply zone with daily EMA confluence. No, it's not having any EMA confluence. So this is about bearish trade setup for hourly income trade. With this we have completed all the 4 bullish and bearish trade setup for all the 4 income trades. In the final report I am going to generate stop buffers based on daily ATR. All these are all stop buffers, and the first 17 in this list are indices, including all the sectorial indices. Remaining all are equity stocks. But the stocks are filtered based on the stocks listed in F&O. But they are all equity stocks. So I am scrolling the list down. Whichever the stock you want to refer there, you please pause the video. So this is the end of the report. Hope this information will be useful to you for your further study and analysis. Let's all meet again in our next video. Thank you.